Annie was holding David intimately. You think you can really provoke us with your dirty tricks? She held David tighter as if she was showing off. Don't dream. You'll never be able to shake me. Iglens Zahya lightly. Since we've come to this point, I'm going to be blunt with this mouth. The corners of my mouth flicked up with complete mockery. Do you think he cheated and whored around and didn't break up because he loves you and can't leave you? Of course it's because you're free, stupid. Immediately after, I perfunctorily swept the man beside her, cannot hold back the laughter. On your man's face. A mosquito bite makes you want to kill yourself. A kiss from a chicken is a workplace injury, and you're the only one who can get away with it. Annie's face turned green, her back teeth clenched. She took 2 steps forward and waved her hand, wanting to slap me. David, who was beside her, stopped her and whispered, "Don't be impulsive. We still have business to do." He then looked at me. "Vitaly, as long as you give me 100,000, I'll consider removing the post and clearing your name. After all, it's your fault I couldn't apply for a PhD. You ruined my life. Consider this money as my moral damage." I laughed even louder. "It's none of my business if you can't control yourself. If you can't even control a few milligrams of meat, I'm ashamed of you even if you're alive." 13. David was so angry at my words that he started to push me. Just like in my last life, I was forced onto the footbridge and pushed into the river by mistake. The river was still fast and cold to the bone, but this time I was wearing a life jacket and floating leisurely on the river. Before the 2 men on the bridge were shocked, the police, who arrived in a flash, arrested them on the spot. Immediately afterwards, I was rescued unharmed from the river by the police. In fact, as early as an hour ago, I saw Annie and David, who were secretly hovering under the company's building, through my office window. The nightmare of my last life. I wouldn't let it repeat itself. Therefore, I contacted the police in advance on the grounds that someone was provoking trouble. Although I had learnt to swim in this life, I still wore a life vest in my jacket just in case. On that day, Annie and David were invited by the police to have tea at the station for provoking trouble. Their blackmailing face was also recorded by the miniature camera I prepared in advance. After the video was posted on the internet, the public opinion about me was directly reversed. Real tragic. It turned out to be 2 psychopaths rumor-mongering about beautiful women. I love it. Her mouth is smeared with honey. It's just my mouth. Whoever scolded the anchor